Thank you for joining us for this look at the best original reporting from KPBS News this week. I'm Maya Trabulsi. Coming up, a facility that serves the homeless is getting some pushback in North County. Neighbors tell us about the growing quality of life problems that aren't being addressed. New leadership at one of San Diego's leading scientific research institutions. KPBS talks with the new president of the Salk Institute about his vision and issue of equity in science. And the military revives one of its best-known slogans. The Army hopes a new generation will be inspired to be all they can be. We start with a KPBS investigation into police accountability when it comes to allegations of misconduct. And we want to give you a warning that these stories contain some graphic sounds and images. Gustavo Solis reports on some of the missing information in official records and the impacts that could have on accountability.
It started as a simple 911 call about 3 young people being drunk in public outside the San Carlos Rec Center around 7 a.m. on a Sunday in August 2017.
Come here. Yes, you. Come here.
One man turned around and punched Officer Timothy Romberger in the arm, according to an internal affairs investigation. The call ended with one young man getting a bloody lip from having his face smashed into a police vehicle.
Oh, sorry. Stay on my car. Are you sorry?
And the other in the back of a police car covered in pepper spray. At one point, Officer Romberger grabbed the young man by the neck, a violation of department policy.
Stand still. Stand still. Why are you choking me?
This video was made public because of a new state law aimed at shining a light on police misconduct records. California's transparency laws used to be a black hole.
Historically, California is one of the least transparent states on records about law enforcement operations, investigations, misconduct, and use of force.
That's David Loy, legal director with the First Amendment Coalition. He says the new state law is trying to change that. Under Senate Bill 16, California police agencies are required to publish records on several categories of police misconduct. They include violations like discrimination and excessive force. But the law only makes public records when officers did something wrong. Loy says that despite the progress, California still lags behind other states when it comes to transparency.
It still has a long way to go to rise to the standard of other states that are much more transparent and accountable as to law enforcement.
The San Diego Police Department released records for 93 cases, but 1/3 of them do not contain disciplinary records. Romberger's case is a good example of that. Despite having 10 violations during that one interaction, there is no record of him being disciplined.
What's your beef, man?
Bro, can you please get off of my... Bro, I'm not even doing anything.
Investigators say Romberger grabbed the young man by the neck and threw him to the ground, even though he was handcuffed and not resisting. Then, when he was sitting in the back of a patrol car, Romberger doused him with pepper spray from a distance of 12 to 18 inches, double the recommended distance of 3 feet.
Don't kick my seat.
Romberger also didn't offer medical attention. Romberger stayed in the force until 2019, when he was arrested for felony assault. Romberger could not be reached for comment. His attorney told police investigators that Romberger had been going through a turbulent personal situation with his wife and mother of his child, which may have contributed to his state of mind at the time.
Sit there.
San Diego Police Captain Jeff Jordan oversees the records department. He wouldn't do an interview. He says the department only keeps disciplinary records for 3 years after an officer leaves the force. Romberger left the SDPD 3.5 years ago.
I think a general conception is police just kind of try and whitewash things. But
retired La Mesa Police Captain Dan Willows says SB 16 is a good thing. Transparency helps build trust.
But that's not in our best interest to have a cop out there doing bad stuff, right? Either in the community or within the own agency. That's a cancer.
Willis now runs wellness training sessions for various police departments. He says officers don't know how to cope with the stress and trauma of police work, which leads them to be more impulsive and aggressive.
Because if officers aren't resilient, they are not well in heart, mind, body, and spirit, they're not going to be professional, good, effective officers. The community is going to be less safe.
Gustavo Solis, KPBS News. In 2019, the San Diego Police Department's procedure for a carotid restraint was that they should be applied no longer than 15 seconds. In December of that year, Officer Dylan Fuston held one for 38 seconds. Police body camera shows another officer telling Fuston to stop, but he kept going.
Go ahead, let him go, let him go.
The man he stopped doesn't know why officers want him in handcuffs. Fustan doesn't introduce himself or tell the man why they want to question him. According to police documents, the man tried to headbutt Fustan.
Cooperate.
Stop.
Pull your hands back.
No. Stop.
Put your hands back.
Stop.
Internal Affairs investigators said that Fustan's chokehold created a substantial risk for bodily injury. But we don't know if Fustan was disciplined at all. Earlier this year, the San Diego Police Department made 93 misconduct cases available to the public. Every case was investigated by Internal Affairs, and investigators concluded that officers did something wrong. But 1/3 of those cases, including Fustan's, don't have any disciplinary records. That doesn't actually mean that these officers were not disciplined. It just means we don't have the records. There are multiple reasons why the public doesn't have access to those records. Retired La Mesa police captain Dan Willis says that there may not be a paper trail because the punishment was not severe.
The most reasonable explanation is it was less than formally handled. Like maybe the guy had to take a class. Maybe he had to do some different training. Maybe, he just got scolded by the lieutenant.
San Diego Police Captain Jeff Jordan oversees the records department. He didn't make anyone available for an interview, but he did respond to questions via email. Jordan says that the police department has different retention periods for different disciplinary actions. For example, the department keeps written warning for 2 years before deleting them. That explains missing discipline records for older cases, but not for newer ones. David Loy is the legal director for the First Amendment Coalition. He says another reason for missing records is that officers quit or retired before they got in trouble.
Historically, that has been somewhat of a common loophole where officers might resign to avoid a finding or avoid some disciplinary sanction.
Whatever the reason for the missing discipline, we know that Fustan left the force in 2022 and now works for the Sheriff's Department. It's unclear why he left and what, if any, disciplinary records the Sheriff's Department had access to. They say they checked personnel files and history from previous employers. This lack of accountability creates tension between the San Diego Police Department and communities of color. Abraham Jarvis has several open complaints against SDPD officers. He's only 18 years old and has already lost count of how many times he's been pulled over.
I'll say like approximately like 14 to 15 times. Yeah.
It's gotten to the point that he's afraid to drive.
I would take the freeway just to go get my little brother from my auntie's house because I didn't want to take the roads where they could pull me over, you know what I'm saying? So, overall, it's been tough.
His mother, Evelia Jarvis, doesn't think the department is taking their complaints seriously. She also believes that her son would be safer from the police outside of San Diego. So Abraham is going to join the Army.
When we discussed that, I just felt... I felt it was going to be safer for him to just get out of Southeast San Diego.
Jarvis says it was a difficult decision to make.
Of course, no one wants to see their child leave, but I'm like, this is going to benefit my child. And just the fear of just knowing that anytime he's out and about, they can do anything and get away with it and ask questions later. And it is what it is, and that's it. They don't get a consequence.
She's always respected the police, but their treatment of her son has changed that. She says now she respects the ones who are doing their job, not the ones harassing her child. Gustavo Solis, KPBS News.
And the story was reported with iNewsSource, an independent nonprofit partner of KPBS. From fires to analysis of police records to crime news, KPBS covers a wide variety of public safety stories. Now our newsroom has created a public safety coverage policy. It will guide decisions on what stories we prioritize and what stories we avoid, as well as whose narratives we need to include. The work was done with a lot of input from community organizations and with training and guidance from the journalism organization Pointer. You can view our new policy at kpbs.org/policies. The Brother Benno Foundation is an organization that tells people when you're not welcome anywhere else, you're welcome here. But right now, Brother Benno isn't welcome in the industrial park where they are operating. KPBS North County reporter Tanya Thorne tells us why.
The Brother Benno Foundation has been in Oceanside's industrial park for over 30 years.
So over the years, it's evolved into a really comprehensive one-stop shop for basically anybody that could be encountering any type of difficulties in life.
Ben Meyer is the Essential Services Manager with Brother Benno's. which offers resources Monday through Saturday.
Daily around here, we serve breakfast to hundreds of unsheltered individuals, low-income, working-class, poor individuals. We deal with hundreds of families who rely on us for their grocery items and for their diapers and hygiene products and everything under the sun. We allow people to get their mail here.
But some of Brother Benno's neighbors aren't happy with the organization, and they've started a petition asking the city of Oceanside to revoke their conditional use permit. That permit lets Brother Benno's operate in the business park, as long as their operations aren't detrimental to the public or nearby properties. But the petitioners say they've been dealing with loitering, theft, and substance abuse at the site, and that Brother Benno's is not living up to the conditions of the permit.
I've watched it escalate for over a decade, and it's not fair to us. I don't see a future here. My neighbor doesn't go to the dumpster without a gun on him. I can't have my daughters work here. How is this fair to me? This is not fair.
Dane Huntz owns a business in the industrial park and has seen things like people using dumpsters as toilets.
My dumpster is, and they disinfected it and they cleaned it, and the rain has washed a lot out, but it was dangerous. I mean, I was concerned about hepatitis. I didn't want to touch it. I'm wearing nitrile gloves anytime I go out there. It's not right. It's just not right.
Hunt shared images of some of the things he's encountered outside of his business. He says most of the people pictured are getting some kind of resource from Brother Benno's.
I'm frustrated with Benno's because I don't feel like compassion fixes this situation. I feel like it keeps people complacent in their circumstance, and I think that it's prolonged it.
Jesse O'Hare also has a business near Brother Benno's. He says he feels torn because he sees families going to the center for food. But he supports the petition because the small number of people causing problems has gone ignored for too long.
So if someone's sleeping in front of our door, we're not supposed to wake them up and say, "Excuse me." We're supposed to wait for the cops to come wake them up, and you know, it's just not right. It's just, you know, it's not a good situation, and no one's really doing anything about this, in my opinion.
Oceanside police say they have issued 70 citations in the business park. Meyer acknowledges the problems the business owners are reporting, but he says the people causing them are just a handful out of the 5,000 individuals registered at Brother Benno's.
It's a very small number of people, incredibly small, which would lead most people to say, well, then why can't you manage it? You know, which is a question that we all have. We all wonder, well, what can we do? How do we find somewhere for people to go? These are human beings.
Brother Benno's owns their building, and they don't get any financial support from government agencies. Meyer says they're doing the best with what they have, but pushing this problem to somebody else's front yard isn't going to solve the problem.
But again, it comes back to, we signed up to help people. Some people didn't sign up to help people. They signed up to make money, and that's okay. That's fine. But we're going to continue to do our best to help people.
But they'll be doing their best with some new limitations. As a result of the petition, Brother Benno's is now closing earlier, and they've hired more security to patrol the area. They made those changes just last week. Business owners like Dane Huntz say it will be a few weeks before he can say whether things have improved. Tanya Thorne, KPBS News.
It's one of the most beautiful areas in San Diego, and now the future of De Anza Cove is starting to come into focus. KPBS reporter John Carroll says a new proposal by the city contains some big changes.
De Anza Cove covers about 505 acres within Mission Bay Park. A new proposal, the draft De Anza Cove Amendment to the Mission Bay Park Master Plan, was just released by the city. It is an initial proposal with lots of refining yet to come.
This is a high-level plan that identifies broad ranges of uses, and these largely can be broken down into active recreation, regional parkland, visitor accommodations.
Under the proposal as it stands now, some of the area that is currently occupied by campland on the bay would be returned to wetlands. We reached out to the family who has run campland for years for comment, but no one got back to us. In fact, the major change under this new plan would be the addition and restoration of wetlands. More than 130 acres of new wetlands would be added to the currently nearly 79-acre Kendall Frost Marsh Reserve. City Planning Director Hadi von Blum says that's important in the long term to address sea level rise.
Making sure that we have a sustainable, resilient plan for the future for this area so that it can continue to provide these opportunities for a lifetime of generations to come.
Von Blum says the city has been hearing from stakeholders and from the public for years. That input has informed the new plan about what this area should look like in the future. Von Blum says decisions about who will get leases for recreation areas is yet to be determined.
That will occur once the plan is adopted through a separate process known as a general development plan.
New recreation opportunities are envisioned, including golf facilities, tennis courts, and ball fields. Von Blum says the area can be an economic driver in several ways, including ecotourism. You can have a say in all of it. The public comment period ends on April 20th. We'll have a link to where you can comment on our website. The City Council is expected to adopt a final plan by late this year. Then, a years-long process will begin to transform this most unique, beautiful part of San Diego. John Carroll, KPBS News.
And here are some of the most read stories this week at kpbs.org. An award-winning teacher in National City is accused of an inappropriate sexual relationship with a student. We have details on that, what led to her arrest. San Diego Gas and Electric is considering another rate hike. Here's some of the public testimony from customers frustrated by increasing costs. And the KPBS investigation into San Diego police discipline records. You can review some of the documents included in our reporting at kpbs.org. The San Diego Union High School District is taking a new approach as it searches for a permanent superintendent. KPBS education reporter MG Perez shows us how it's meant to bring calm out of the chaos that has troubled that district.
Among the smiles and the sticky notes, there was collaboration at this town hall forum on the campus of San Diego Academy. These are parents, teachers, and members of the community who have something to say about who should be the next superintendent of the San Diego Union High School District.
What are the qualities, characteristics, experience that you think the perfect candidate needs to possess?
Gary Rutherford is an advisor with the consulting firm hired by the new Board of Trustees to identify qualified candidates for the superintendent job. This is the first step, collecting input from the district stakeholders, working next to each other, exchanging opinions and concerns.
This way, a good start to let parents give their opinion and also know each other. And as long as they can really get our point.
Teachers working with students and keeping politics out of the classroom. That is what I would like the superintendent to be able to bring us back to.
Do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
There are now 3 new members on the San Diego School Board, elected last November. They led the decision to hire the consulting firm for the current superintendent search.
This board is very much focused on supporting the good work at the school sites, seeing how we can be supportive and not take away from the good works of the students and teachers by creating these sideshows, I'll call them.
You'll remember last year, the former school board fired then Superintendent Dr. Cheryl James Ward for making racially charged comments. Dr. Ward apologized several times, speaking publicly and to the media about her mistake. She spoke with KPBS News last spring before she was let go in June. And if they fire you?
Well, that's what they would have to do.
That was then, this is now. In a written statement, Dr. Ward said, "My overlying hope is that every student and adult in the district is seen, heard, included, and supported. I wish the board good luck in this journey and will pray for whoever is selected to be the next superintendent." With input from these stakeholders, the board members plan to start interviewing candidates in April. MG Perez, KPBS News.
Next month, a new leader will take command of San Diego Salk Institute. KPBS SciTech reporter Thomas Fudge shares more about the background and vision of Jerry Joyce.
Walk down the hallway that leads to the president's office at the Salk Institute, and you see 6 photographs on the wall. They show the 6 Nobel laureates who did their life science research at Salk. President-designate Gerald Joyce, everyone calls him Jerry, says they are a symbol of the Institute's laser-focused vision.
The faculty and other scientists here at Salk focus intently on science. As important as the teaching mission is, that's not what we do here. As important as the clinical mission is, that's not what we do here. We are 100% focused on scientific discovery.
A native of Kansas, Joyce came to San Diego to get his Ph.D. as well as a medical degree at UC San Diego. His research specialty is RNA, a close cousin to DNA. He'll step into the office of the president from his current role as the chief science officer at Salk, where he has been on the faculty since 2017. A guy who seems to have a hard time sitting still, Joyce says an institute with a heritage like Salk can't be happy to just continue what's come before.
As much as we respect and admire all the great achievements in the past, it's all about what we do next.
So, what does he think is next for Salk on that endless frontier of science?
We now see a union of understanding biological systems with new technologies, especially computational technologies, to harvest big data, process that data, and use that as a guide to experiments and hypothesis formations.
One example, the effort at the Salk Institute to map the 90 billion neutrons of the human brain, funded by the biggest grant in the Institute's history.
The scale of this data set is insane, and not only is it large, but it's multivariate. You're trying to mesh different data streams together. The only way we can do this is to get much more sophisticated in our biocomputation capabilities.
As president of Salk, Joyce can't just be a scientist. He's got to be responsible for the Institute's culture. In the past 5 years, Salk has faced lawsuits alleging sexual discrimination and harassment. Joyce responds, saying there has been a shift in the culture of the Salk Institute.
We are much more collaborative and much more inclusive than we were 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. That may be a trend across all of science, but at Salk, we really believe in that day to day, and you see that in the type of new faculty hires we make, the type of appointments we make across all positions at Salk Institute.
Jerry Joyce assumes the role of Salk Institute president on April 21st. Thomas Fudge, KPBS News.
The 2023 San Diego County Spelling Bee champion has just been declared. A 7th grader from Poway won by spelling a word that means forcible breathing or blowing out. KPBS education reporter MG Perez tells us he is a returning champion.
May I please have all the information?
The 53rd annual countywide spelling bee came down to these 2 middle school students. Jed Lee on the right, an 8th grader at Francis Parker School, and the ultimate winner on the left, a 7th grader at Mesa Verde Middle School in the Poway Unified School District. Let's begin with his name.
My first name, Mihir. Mihir. Last name, Konkapaka. Konkapaka. Konkapaka.
This is the 2nd year in a row that Mihir Konkapaka has been named the best speller in the county. He did it by spelling the word exsufflation, which is a noun that means forcible breathing or blowing out, as in clearing the respiratory tract. He competed against 80 other middle school students from across the county.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The rules don't allow us to broadcast the actual words spelled today. We can tell you these competitors studied from a list of 4,000 words, and each of them won their own school spelling bee to get here.
I basically tried to read through all the words, and then the ones I thought were weird or I didn't know how to pronounce, I searched them up.
Sorry, it's not good.
It's really hard when you see a student spell out, which is what we call it when they miss a word. You know that it's a lot of preparation that's gone into it and the disappointment that comes, but they are absolutely still winners.
The winner of this spelling bee will represent San Diego County in the National Bee in late May. So it is very much a competition and an opportunity for learning, too. Haroon Ali, an 8th grader from the O'Farrell Charter School, puts it this way.
It expands your vocabulary. If you're talking to someone, you can be like, wow, this guy has an amazing vocabulary because they say all these different words.
Mihir Konkapaka, spelling champion, YouTuber, an inventor who also writes code. MG Perez, KPBS, NEWS, KPBS News.
President Joe Biden is set to make his second visit to San Diego County as president. On Monday, he will meet with the British and Australian prime ministers here in San Diego. They are expected to discuss long-standing security issues and their commitment to a free and open Indo-Pacific region. Biden last visited our county back in October, speaking at Mira Costa College and a technology company in Carlsbad. Last month, First Lady Jill Biden made a trip out here to highlight cancer research and meet with Navy families. The Army shelved its 1980s-era Be All You Can Be slogan in 2001, opting for a millennial-focused Army of One. Now, with recruiting numbers down, the Army is resurrecting its classic campaign. Here's KPBS military reporter Andrew Dyer.
You might remember the Army's Be All You Can Be slogan from the service's 1980s and 1990s ad campaigns. On Wednesday, the service formally reintroduced the slogan for a new generation of recruits. The Army's commanding general of its Training and Doctrine Command, General Gary Brito, was in San Diego for a junior ROTC recruiting event.
Be All You Can Be truly represents an opportunity of possibilities for all young men and women out there, regardless of the station in life. Demographic doesn't matter.
More than 300 area high school students attended San Diego's Army Career Day event, where they spoke with soldiers from several Army disciplines. Marlia Jade Moon is a 9th grader in the junior ROTC program at Morse High School. She said that a military career is appealing to her.
The benefits and helping people.
She said the Army's vehicles were her favorite part of the event.
You can go inside them and feel how it is. It's cool.
The Army fell short of its recruiting goal last year by 25%. Army leaders pointed to the competitive private job market as one source of competition. Brito rejected the notion that some Defense Department policies, characterized as woke by some Republican lawmakers, impact recruiting.
We are not a woke army. We're an army that represents all of America. We're an army that, when called upon, will fight and fight our nation's wars if necessary. We're an army that gives all these opportunities to young men and women from every state, from every single territory.
Brito said the Army is on track to meet its recruiting goal for 2023. Andrew Dyer, KPBS News.
We hope that you enjoyed this look at KPBS News this week. I'm Maya Trabulsi. Thanks for joining us.